Chapter 18. An Astonishing Admission. Miss Harmon's revelation took Penny by surprise, for it never had occurred to her that the young woman might be related to Melvin O'Sandra. "Why have you kept this matter secret?" she asked. "I fail to understand." "I suppose it sounds very snobbish to say this," replied the dancer. "The truth is that I was ashamed of Melvin's calling. I never approved of him taking up the work he did." "You believed that it might reflect upon you if it were generally known that your brother was a medium?" "Yes. Melvin long ago dropped the name of Harmon and used himself the great O'Sandra. Until last week we had not seen each other for nearly 4 years. When our paths crossed here at Riverview, I naturally went to see him." "Of course," agreed Penny. "One evening when I was at Melvin's place, I remained during a seance. 6 other persons were there that night, and Melvin wished me to fill in at the table. Not until after the lights were turned on did I discover my diamond necklace was missing. By that time, nearly everyone had left the parlor. Melvin and I searched everywhere for the jewels. Finally, we were forced to conclude that they had been stolen." "You should have told the police the true story." "I realize that now," Miss Harmon agreed. "However, I did not wish it known where I had been, and Melvin was afraid he might lose customers if the public learnt about the robbery. We talked it over and decided that it might be best to collect the $5,000 in insurance and accept the remainder of the loss. As it turned out, neither of you escaped unfavorable publicity." "Oh, we muddled everything," Miss Harmon acknowledged. "This second robbery at Melvin's place will ruin him. We can't understand it at all." "Did you know the person who attended the first seance? I mean, the time when your necklace disappeared?" "No, they were all strangers to me. Melvin tried to make a private investigation, but he's had scant success." "May I ask you another question? Did your brother tell you about the seance which I attended?" A voice cried out, "Beware! Your hour will come next, Melvin O'Sandra." "Yes, he told me," Miss Harmon declared, a look of fear in her eyes. "Melvin could not understand it, and neither can I. It was uncanny, that voice in the darkness." "Then it wasn't a trick used to startle those who attended the seance?" "Oh no," Miss Harmon declared earnestly. "He has gained his effects by certain devices used by many mediums. But this was very different. Melvin's nerves were so shattered that he went to bed for a day." The dancer's words only confirmed Penny's own belief that O'Sandra had not been play acting when he had fainted during the seance. "Tell me, do either of you or your brother have any enemies?" "Why, I suppose everyone has enemies," Miss Harmon replied slowly. "However, save for Melvin, I don't know any in this city except the persons I have met this past week. And your brother, has he lived in Riverview long?" "Only a few months. He moved about from city to city." Penny was silent a moment and then said, "Miss Harmon, I'll do everything in my power to help you. Don't you think it would be wise to tell the police everything?" "I dread the publicity." "You will not escape it in any case. Already the police have discredited your story about being at the Black Cat. They might decide to take you to the police station for questioning." "Oh, that would be dreadful." "Perhaps you're right. I will tell the police the true story. But will they believe me?" "They should. Your story convinced me," said Penny. "By telling everything, you may save your brother from being charged with both robberies." "Melvin had nothing to do with either of the thefts," Miss Harmon murmured. "He may have fooled people a little, but he never would steal, certainly not from his own sister." Penny was inclined to believe in Melvin O'Sandra's innocence, and for that reason she was determined to do everything she could to aid Miss Harmon. Promising that she would discuss the problem with her father, the girl moved towards the door. And what of that horrid witch doll? Asked Miss Harmon quickly. I've proven to my own satisfaction that the doll has no supernatural powers, Penny replied. It's clear that the same person is responsible for its mysterious reappearances. I don't understand. Neither do I yet, grinned Penny. But I have an idea. Just give me a few days, and I may have something important to report. Leaving the theater a few minutes later, she walked slowly down the street, absorbed in her own thoughts. She did not turn her head at the staccato toot-toot of an automobile horn. A car drew up at the curbing. "Hello!" cried Louise Seidel gaily. "Won't you recognize a friend?" "Oh, hello, Lou!" Penny exclaimed. "I didn't hear your car sneak up. Jump in and I'll give you a lift home. Or better still, why not come along with me?" "Where?" Penny inquired, sliding into the front seat. "On my way out to the Slosser cottage. Mrs. Slosser does beautiful mending. Mother sent some clothes for her to fix." "I'd like to go along only—" "Oh, you can spare 20 minutes," Louise cut in. "I'll be back easily in that time." Without giving Penny an opportunity to protest, she drove on towards the river road. The girls carried the garments into the house. While Penny talked with Jeanie, Louise explained about the work to be done. "I'll have these mended and ready in 2 or 3 days," Miss Slosser promised. "Your mother has been so kind, Louise." As the girls turned to leave, a few minutes later, they both heard a strange scratching sound at the door. "Did someone knock?" asked Penny. "It may have been Jeanie's cat scratching it at it again," Miss Slosser said. Just then the noise was heard again. She went to the door and opened it. A girl in a tattered dress, her eyes dazed, hands and face scratched by thorns, stood on the porch. "Please," she murmured in a low voice, "could you give me something to eat? I've had nothing for so long." Penny moved quickly to the door. She gave a gasp of horror. "Nellie Marble!" The girl stared at her in a vacant sort of way and would have fallen had not Penny caught her by the arm. "Don't you recognize me, Nellie? It's Penny Parker." "Yes, I know you," the girl acknowledged. "I'm ashamed." Her voice died away as if she had lost the thread of thought. "Bring her into the house," Miss Slosser said quickly. "I'll get a bed ready." Nellie made no protest as Penny and Louise, supporting her between them, carried her into the cottage. They removed her muddy shoes and stretched her out on the bed. While Louise brought a basin of warm water and a washcloth, Penny quietly consulted with Mrs. Slosser. "The girl is a friend of mine," she whispered. "I can't understand how she came to be in such a condition, but it's evident she suffered a great shock. She needs food and rest." "I'll find something for her to eat," Miss Slosser declared. "What should I fix?" "Do you have plenty of eggs?" "Yes, and milk." "Then we might give her a soft-boiled egg, toast, and milk as a beginning," Penny said. "I'll be glad to prepare it." By the time the meal was ready, Louise had bathed Nellie's face and hands. They propped the girl up with a pillow and encouraged her to eat. At first, she scarcely had the strength to hold a spoon, but the food seemed to revive her. Once started, she ate ravenously. "What in the world happened to you, Nellie?" Louise asked when she could not restrain her curiosity any longer. "You must have been wandering around for days." "I have been," the girl admitted, "ever since I left the doll shop." "Why didn't you come straight to me?" Penny demanded. "I don't know. I hated to ask for help, especially when I didn't take your advice." "You mean about selling your place to Mrs. Farmer?" "Yes. I made such a horrible mistake." "You learned that she wasn't a very pleasant sort?" A shudder racked Nellie's thin body. "Oh, she is an awful creature. I hated her. Finally, I ran away. I didn't even take my clothes, only the ones I had on my back. Did Miss Farmer pay you for your shop? Pay me, Nellie laughed hysterically. Not a penny. Well, she can't cheat you like that, said Penny indignantly. If you fail to get money, we'll go to the law. Oh no, I don't wish to have anything more to do with her. I'd rather lose the shop and everything. You are afraid of Mrs. Farmer? Inquired Penny. Yes, she's cruel and mean. You have absolutely no reason to be afraid of that old woman, Louise declared. She can be compelled to pay what she owes or else give up the shop. What happened after you ran away? Questioned Penny gravely. I can't seem to remember just what did happen. I slept down by the river. It was damp, and I caught a dreadful cold. I had nothing to eat until today. I was ashamed to beg. I guess I didn't know exactly what I was doing. Penny glanced quickly at Louise. Both girls believed that Nellie had suffered a great shock, else she would not be in her present condition. Do you feel able to travel in a car? Penny inquired. Travel? Yes, you're coming home with me, Nellie. I have a room all ready for you. You're so kind, the girl murmured. I don't deserve it. Nonsense! But it is true, Penny. I have hidden certain things from you. You refer to the witch doll, perhaps. Yes, Nellie murmured in a low voice. I couldn't allow you to get yourself involved in my troubles, not unless you knew the truth. Then suppose you tell me, Penny suggested. Yes, agreed Nellie. Yes, I will tell you everything. Several days before I sold my shop to Mrs. Farmer, her words ended in a scream of terror, for a hard object had crashed through the bedroom window. The shattered glass lay everywhere on the bare floor. Someone threw a rock, Louise gasped, and with a paper attached to it. Penny added in a queer tone. She picked it up, and her silence warned the others that the message carried serious implications. What does it say? Demanded Nellie, half arising from the bed. Just one word, replied Penny. Beware! Beneath it is a drawing of an old witch. Du, 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 du.